Do you have the feeling that there's more to life than what you're currently living? Perhaps you've noticed that the internet has created a brand new economy full of possibilities for meaningful work, but you haven't quite figured out what you want to do or how to do it. Or perhaps you've already got an online business and you really want to create a freedom lifestyle, but something about it has just felt off, and no matter how hard you work, you can't quite get there. Hi, my name is Neve Arthur, and I am here to tell you that if you're feeling any of those things, you are not alone. More and more of the world is totally waking up to the realization that they want to create meaningful work and contribute to the world. You know, the media would have you think that we all want to sit around and do nothing. You know, we all want to live on the beach and sip Mai Tais and buy expensive cars and own McMansions. And, the truth is, that's not what most people want. Nice as it might be, most people truly want to feel good about what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. They want to feel that what they're doing is meaningful, is fulfilling to them, and is contributing to the good of the world. They want to create an environment for themselves and for their families to grow and to thrive together. They want to feel great about being alive. Now, if that's you, then I'm here to tell you that you're in the right place. You see, a few years ago, that's 100% how I felt, and I didn't know what to do about it. I was working at Starbucks, and I did get some satisfaction from learning how to create a perfect free pour cappuccino. But to be honest, I had this sense that I could and should be doing more, and that I had more to give to the world. Working in that job really made me feel small and unimportant, and like I would never really amount to much. So I got online and I started looking for opportunities to make money. But here's the thing, they were never quite right. I could never find that thing that was really 100% me, partly because I didn't even know who me was, So I would end up in this continuous loop where I found an opportunity, I would join it, I'd get a burst of excitement and energy after joining, and then I would proceed to lose energy and interest. I would stop working on it and eventually self-sabotage. So to get back to feeling energetic, I would join a new company and the cycle would continue. And at one point, I gave up on it all and I went back to Starbucks. And to be honest, that was a particularly painful moment. But you see, the struggle I ran into was the struggle that most people run into, that either stops them from ever trying to build an online income or keeps them looping from excitement at a new opportunity to self-sabotage, to quitting or joining something new to try and get a burst of energy. And look, the problem itself isn't that hard to resolve. The difficulty is it's not something people talk about much. So most people think that they're the only ones who do this. You end up feeling like you're alone and like something might be wrong with you. And then I stumbled upon what the problem actually was. And this is the problem for most people. It was a disconnection. It was a lack of communication between the two sides of myself. You see, on the one hand, you have your core side, and your core side is who you truly are deep down. This is who you want to be, and that's the side that you hear screaming, there's more, you have to be doing something more with your life. And then on the other hand, you have the logical side, and the logical side knows all the rules. It tells you that you can only do what someone else has done and that you have to follow what they tell you to do. And these two come into battle, and that's what kept me so stuck for so many years. And I sort of stumbled upon this because the decision that I made was actually just to let go of overthinking. I said, okay, this isn't working. I'm going to simply focus down, do one type of marketing, and I'm going to do what feels right. Instead of continually thinking about all the rules, all the things I see other people do, I'm going to follow my feelings. That opened up the connection between my two sides, and it was like flipping a switch. Within a month, I was making about 3 times what I'd ever earned as my salary in Starbucks. I went on to quit my job. We moved here to the countryside in Ireland, which is just totally and utterly me. Went on to earn over $250,000 in my business, and it was because I stopped bending and changing who I was to try and match what other people were doing. And instead, I just bent and changed and adjusted the business to match who I am. And that's how I've began to uncover my own purpose in life, which is to help more people connect to who they truly are through fulfilling and meaningful work. Now, I don't know yet what's going to be your most fulfilling work, but I guarantee that it starts with that connection to yourself. If you already have a business, that connection to yourself will allow you to adjust and tweak your business to who you truly are. If you don't have one yet, you have a totally blank slate, and you can use that connection to yourself as the solid foundation upon which to put the pieces together to begin to construct ideal and fulfilling work for you in the internet economy. Now, in light of all this, this is why I've put together the Design Your Authentic Living 12-week intensive program. The purpose of this program is to help you connect and then create your fully aligned business across all 5 of the business wheel components. You and your connection at the core, your ideal income, your ideal audience, your heart-based message that you totally love, a marketing strategy that's fun, fully aligned, and impactful. When you have all 5 of those things in place, you are unstoppable and you can create an amazing business. So if you've come here and you already have an income stream, we'll help you figure out your message and how to get out there and reach your people. If you already have a message, we'll help you figure out how to monetize it and how to turn it into a lucrative online business. And if all that you have coming into this is just a sense that you want more, that you know you're supposed to do more with your life, well, then we'll help you put the pieces of the puzzle together around that so that you can take control of your economy, so that you can move into what you're truly supposed to be doing. Because what I want more than anything is for you to be you, to love what you do, and to make money doing it. So in light of that, the 12 weeks are going to take you on a journey. In month 1, we focus on design. We will deconstruct and design each piece of the business wheel based on you, planning out your ideal income stream, identifying your ideal audience, and constructing a heart-based message that's totally and utterly you. And we'll create a goal that both your core and logical self really want to go for so that you can line up your actions and your energy. In month 2, we focus on developing. Here we will take your business wheel and translate it into an actionable daily strategy that will actually get you noticed by your ideal audience. We're going to dive deep into creating your fully aligned actions that will build your business. In this month, we're going to cover launching your income stream, choosing your aligned marketing space, and tweaking your daily actions based on feedback. And month 3 is all about drive. Here, after getting a chance to take some actions on your business, we're going to uncover any hiccups that might hinder you, fears, limiting beliefs, anything that might get in your way. We're going to dive deep into the core self in this 3rd month and begin to uncover your deeper purpose and give you the mental tools like the latest neuroscience and NLP to deal with any roadblocks or hiccups that come up along the way. This program is really all about you. It's you starting to get to know and learn to love yourself. You know, most people feel disconnected. Most people feel they don't know exactly who they are because it's hard to distinguish what is you from the fears and the demands of your life and work, the constraints of society, and the beliefs that you have carried with you this far along the way. But this is going to help you get to know yourself both in terms of your day-to-day preferences and your desires and your temperament, but also in a very deep way so that you can begin to understand the essence of who you are. And when you come from that place, you line up your energy and you line up your action and you become totally unstoppable. You know, why don't most people do this? It's because they have that inner battle going on and they think it's just them. They've never been taught that this is totally normal and that there is a way to bring yourself into alignment so you can stop that battle. Now, because each person is unique, everyone is going to have their own unique experience within the 12-week intensive. So the core components of the intensive have been designed with that in mind. The first component is the core daily practice. Now, this daily practice is what's going to establish solid communications between your core self and your logical self. If you feel like you haven't quite cracked that one yet, don't worry, because you're going to get the chance to do these 3 daily practices every day, and it's going to completely transform your relationship with yourself. The practices are based upon ideas in neuroscience, ideas in business coaching, as well as mindfulness practices. So between those three, you create a really, really unique experience for yourself to get to know who you are, to get to know what you really want, and to start to learn that language of connection, that language of alignment. The second component is the modules. Each week we'll be releasing a new full-length lesson that will help you on designing your business or implementing your strategy. These will fill in the knowledge gaps for you and help you translate what you're learning about yourself into a viable online business. The third component is daily discoveries. These will allow you to deep dive into the weekly topic. So every day, 5 days a week, you're going to get a new short video from me with a small assignment to help you figure out what is right for you in that particular aspect of your business. And the fourth component is mentorship from me. Now, this is only available on select packages, but the mentorship program, it's not really about guruing. It's about hearing you and helping you take your ideas and translate them into reality, into a real workable online business. I'll be able to help you spot any blind spots, things that you might not have noticed. I'll also be able to help you spot opportunities that you can use to create your ideal income. Now, for most people, coming online is a bit like arriving at a new city, a beautiful city, a sparkling city, maybe like the Emerald City, a place that's absolutely gorgeous. And you just know when you get there, you get that sense that you've arrived home. But you still don't quite know where to live, where to set up shop, where to be in this city. So you get a little bit overwhelmed as you walk through the streets and you see these vendors and they're all kind of calling your name. They're all saying, come here, buy this, come here, buy this. And the noise overwhelms you and you can't quite figure out where you're supposed to be. So you stop and ask a few people, where should I live? Where should I be? And they go, don't worry, I will take you to my house. And they take you to where they live and they say, now you can live here. And you look around and you go, well, I can see why you like this, but this is not me. This is not my home. And so you might set up shop there for a little bit and then go, you know what? This is not right. And so then you again go back onto the street and wander around trying to find your home. Now imagine in the midst of that, you come across a guide. You come across someone who listens to you, who hears what you're saying and says, hey, I know this city. In fact, what you're describing is over there in that particular suburb. And you go, great, now I know where I want to live. I found my home. Wait, how do I get there? So once you know where on that map you want to be, you can begin to construct a vehicle that's going to get you there. So you start to put together your wheel that's going to drive you where you want to go. And you have to take every piece and make sure that they all line up and they all create a wheel of absolute integrity so it doesn't go flat halfway there. Now once you have the vehicle, you're ready to go. And what do you need? You need some fuel. You need the energy of your own alignment, the energy of your own excitement to keep that going. You need to be able to have all the right tools, the mental tools in place, so that as you're driving along towards your new home and you come across a detour or a roadblock or something that you can't go through, you don't just stop the car and sit there. No, you go, okay, I've got fuel in the tank. I know how to map myself around roadblocks. I know how to get through this and keep going until I get where I want to go. Now I want you to imagine that that guide you found is sitting there in the car with you, is sitting next to you. They're not doing the driving, they're not doing the work, you're getting yourself where you need to go, but you have that extra support. You have that person who knows the city like the back of their hand, who can help you get past roadblocks, who can help you just keep going when you need to go. And that's where you're at. You know, you found the internet, you found this city that you want to be in, so it's time to map out exactly where you want to be, to figure out where you want to create your home online. You know, it's time to put together your own business wheel, a vehicle that's completely and utterly you. It's not based on what other people want. It's not based to get you to someone else's house. You know, it's time to get that fuel in the tank, a full alignment of knowing exactly what you want to do and having the tools in place to deal mentally when there's roadblocks and detours and when it gets tough, you know, and having someone right along with you, having someone there cheering you on and pointing out the things that are coming up that you might want to go around, giving you tips and advice on how to get where it is that you want to go. This program is for you, even if you have no clue how money is made online. In week 2, we'll dive deep into that. It's for you, even if you've been around the block with online businesses, but you've gotten stuck maybe in one kind of model or one kind of business that just doesn't feel very you. It's still for you if you loop in your business energy-wise. Sometimes you're excited, sometimes you're not, and you keep finding yourself self-sabotaging. This is for you even if your income goes up and down drastically. Maybe sometimes you're really winning and you're excited, and then the next month you're struggling and can't figure out what happened. Now, this program is for you as long as you have a sense that you're supposed to do something more with your life, even if you've never quite been able to make it happen. The only requirement, the only prerequisite for this program is that you're ready and willing to transform. Look, it won't always be easy, and it's gonna take hard work for you. I'm not going to do the work for you. But when you do what's right for you, I promise it's always worth it. You see, I don't want you to create just an endless summer holiday. I want to help you create fulfilling work that every day makes you feel alive, that every day makes you feel free, makes you feel good about what you're doing in the world. That's what I want for you. And that's the opportunity that you have now in front of you. Look, I'm going to make this really simple for you. I know it can be intimidating to decide to take the power back in your life. And I know it can be overwhelming to decide that you're going to get to know who you really are. So let's just take a moment and get really quiet and ask your core self 2 questions. Okay, so get quiet, get connected, and ask your core self, am I ready to align with myself and create fulfilling and meaningful work? And next, am I ready to be me? And if you are ready to be you, then scroll down the page, pick a package, and let's do this. I love you guys. Cannot wait to see you on the inside of the 12-week intensive. Let's go.